Hello people, we are Tottenham TV back here for another Tottenham update as the Champions League squads for the latter stages have been announced and 3 changes have been made. I mean, kind of expected changes, but Mathys Tel, Radu Dragusin and Conor Gallagher have come in to replace Rodrigo Bentancur, Ben Davies and obviously Brennan Johnson, who have departed the club. Any surprises there for you, Seb?
No surprises. I think the only thing you can really learn from it is maybe, are we going to see Decky this season? Obviously, him not being included. That's obviously not great news. If he was any closer to coming back, you would have assumed he would be probably ahead of Tel. But given that he chose Solanke over Tel, but he hasn't been picked, so I think maybe a Decky still we're kind of in the wilderness with that one. Basuma, obviously, he was probably the only other midfielder with a shout. Obviously, you're going to put Gallagher in, so I guess it's either again Tel or Basuma. We do have a lot of midfielders currently available, thankfully. So, and I guess Tel deserves his shot back in the Champions League squad permanently. It seems this time he's been doing the hokey cokey the whole season.
Are you allowed to make any more changes from now until the end?
Well, I guess I don't know if there's an injury again. If another player's injured for another 2 months, can you make changes? I don't know, but I don't think. Hopefully, that's not going to affect Tel. So I think it makes sense. In terms of Bentancur, we know it's 3 months out, so they've taken that decision to pull him from the squad. So that's unfortunate for him, but yeah, I think all the changes make sense.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, we heard that Kevin Danso is out for the majority of the season, and he's obviously retained his spot where he could have taken out a Danso and put in a Basuma. Do you think that maybe they should have done that if Danso is out for as long as we thought of expected at start?
But you can only make 3, so
right. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I guess you have to put Gallagher in. You probably have to put Dragusin in at this point because you need a centre back. I guess the only thing is why take out Bentancur, not Danso, if Danso's going to be out for the rest of the season, unless Danso's not as bad as we think, because we haven't really heard confirmation from the club. It's only real rumours. But obviously we heard about a snap ligament and it sounds really bad. We've heard rumours he could be out for majority of the season, but maybe it's not that bad. So I guess we have to wait.
So the squad is now 3 goalkeepers, Vicario, Kinski and Austin. Fullbacks, only 3 natural fullbacks in Porro, Spence and Udogie. Centre-backs, Romero, Van der Ven, Dragusin and Danso. Don't expect Danso to play. The midfield, Palhinha, Gray, Bergvall, Gallagher, Sarr, Javi. And then the forwards, we've got Odegaard, Kudus, Tel, Solanke, Muani and Richarlison. So out of all those players, I guess the only players that probably at this point in time won't be able to play in the next round will be Kudus and Danso. I imagine everyone else should be okay.
To play in the next round, Bergvall might be touch and go.
And potentially Bergvall as well, yeah.
Potentially Bergvall. Yeah. Well, that sounds, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound too bad, does it?
But I saw an article from The Athletic today on the back of the squad announcement saying that the way that we've done our Champions League squad have left us really short in midfield. And I'm looking at this list, I'm like, it doesn't seem like we're short in midfield. Like we've got Palhinha, Gray, Bergvall, Gallagher, Sarr and Javi. So I mean, it doesn't seem like we're short in midfield at all.
No, I don't think so. Even if if Frank's saying 3-4-3 and Javi's one of the forward options, that leaves us with 6 midfielders. So seems all right. In terms of they're all very similar, but that's just the problem with the squad. We have all the midfielders are very similar. We don't have different profiles. We signed a Gallagher who's a very similar profile to other midfielders. Maybe just better quality. I don't see that being the only thing you would definitely say is we're definitely short of creativity if Xavi gets injured, 100%. But that's regardless of the squad makeup. I don't see a change he could have made to alleviate that.
Yeah.
So. I don't understand why that. Obviously, Bentancur is not in the squad, but he's the only midfielder. Him and Basuma aren't, but we have 6, as you say. So, I guess maybe if you're saying Bergvall's out, then you've got he may not be an option. So that leaves you with Palhinha, Gallagher, Sarr, and Gray, and who else? Yeah, so 4. Maybe you're leaving yourself a bit short there, but I don't think it shouldn't. I mean, if once Bergvall comes back, it seems all right.
Yeah. I mean, where we're short for me is defence. Only 3 natural fullbacks in the squad.
Yeah.
And also only 3 natural centre-backs if we're saying Dan So is out, unless, he's going to recover quicker than we all think. So in defence, we're really short. And if we get any injuries there, we're pretty screwed, to be honest.
Obviously, Sousa wasn't picked, so that tells its own
that's
story.
actually an interesting one, because I'm not sure if he's eligible for the B list or not, because I think he's young enough for the B list.
I would say no, because you have to be at the club for a certain amount of time.
Right. But the B list hasn't been announced yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, you're probably right. He probably won't be eligible.
I don't think so, but because I think like when Gray first joined, he wasn't on the B list, was he?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. So we'll see. We'll see. But Byfield will definitely be on the B list, so he's another option in defence, which will probably have to call upon at some point. Yeah, and Paulinho can play there.
Then again, that maybe plays into what Athletic are saying. If Paulinho is seen as more of a centre-back now, and if Bergval's out, all of a sudden you're down to Gray, Sarr and Gallagher. And then all of a sudden you are a bit short midfield. But, yeah.
It's a squad of 21 players. So that in itself is short, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. It's already leaving yourself short.
But that's the Champions League squad. Some interesting quotes from Fabio Paratici yesterday on his decision to leave Spurs for Fiorentina. And he says, in my case, Fiorentina have a serious set of owners, a very serious set of owners who are of great value. I'd like to thank Tottenham, my former club, for the opportunity they granted me to join Fiorentina, return to Italy, and the opportunity to spend 5 wonderful years in the Premier League. It was an incredible experience. They made me feel at home and stood by me in tough times, so I feel obliged to thank Tottenham. I mean, I'm sure there's more to this quote that we don't know, and I haven't seen the interview or anything, but that quote saying Fiorentina have a serious set of owners and a very serious set of owners who have a great value, is that a shot at the Tottenham hierarchy?
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I'll probably say it is, because I think the language is quite deliberate, very serious, because that's kind of the impression that the owners keep wanting to give off. We're ambitious. We're looking to take Tom to the next level. We're looking to concentrate on footballing matters. They keep kind of pushing that narrative. So for Fabio to then come out and say, you know what, these Fiorentina owners, they're serious. That's what I call serious. All of a sudden, I think he's maybe taking a thinly veiled shot at the current owners, saying it's a bit of a clown show over there. Then they're not really going anywhere. These guys are more serious, albeit Fiorentina are kind of in the relegation zone. So I don't know if he's got a point or not about how serious their owners are. But obviously they must have sold him some sort of project to convince Fabio to go there, haven't they? So fair play to them. And maybe they've got something in the pipeline, which obviously behind closed doors we don't know about. But that's obviously the big criticism from a lot of fans looking from the outside in when you're talking about the current hierarchy at Tottenham. How serious are they? Do they know what they're doing? Obviously, there's been suggestions of disagreements. Fabio wants to get rid of Frank. He wanted to get rid of him a few weeks ago or months ago. So, and that we've stuck by him. Obviously, there's been a lack of movement in this transfer window. So maybe Fabio's taken that to think, look, these guys aren't serious about being a top team or being right at the top, and I'm getting out of here, even if it means going to a team in the relegation zone in Serie A. But yeah, it does seem to be like a bit of a parting shot.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I took from it was, look, thank you, Tottenham, for sticking by me for a rough patch, but you're not serious enough. I'm going to some people who are serious. That's basically the way I took it.
He says 5 years in the Premier League. Does that count? Does it include his consultancy time, I guess?
That's exactly what it includes. He's letting all the cats out of the bag, because he knows, like, he spent 5 years in the Premier League, supposed to be 5 years minus 2 of them when he was out banned, but clearly he was still doing some work in that time.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I think we all know it.
Yeah. So look, make of that what you will, people. Let us know in the comment section below. Do you think that is a parting shot from Fabio to the board? And look, I think it's clear for everyone to see why he's still not at the club. He just doesn't think the direction of this club is something that he wants to be a part of. And I think those comments kind of play into that, in my opinion. Bit of transfer news as well. Fabrizio Romano gave us a here we go yesterday. Bahia agree a deal to sign Alejo Veliz from Tottenham on a permanent move. Here we go. €9 million fee plus add-ons. Veliz wanted to stay in Rosario until the end of his loan and then join Bahia. And Alistair Gold also says that Spurs have agreed a fee with Bahia to sell Alejo Veliz after his current loan spell at Rosario, but nothing signed yet. The agreement is £7.8 million with £871,000 in addition in add-ons, plus a 20% sell-on clause as well. I'm surprised we got this much amount of money for him, to be honest.
Me too. Shocked. I don't know. Look, has he been doing well there? I think he has been scoring a few goals, hasn't he? But still, 9 million for a player. Obviously, we signed him for about £12 million, I think it was. And obviously, he had a few failed loan spells, never really got a chance at Tottenham as well. So for him to be going back to Argentina, and we're getting a significant fee for him, it's good for Tottenham. I thought Romano's update was a bit weirdly worded. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. He said Veliz wanted to stay at Rosario. Does that mean he is staying, or he just wanted to?
Yeah. Alistair Gold confirmed that he's going to stay at Rosario.
So Ali Gold confirmed. I don't know why Romano can't just say that. But anyway, yeah, good for him. Unfortunately, never really worked at Tottenham. Wish him all the best. I think there is a talented young striker there. But he came at us, I don't know. I wouldn't even say it was a bad time because we had Ange and he was giving young players chances at that point. So it just never really happened. The loan spells were awful.
I think he got injured at the wrong time, Sim. I really think he got injured at the wrong time because he was just breaking into the team at that point, scored that goal against Brighton, and then I think he literally got injured the next game or 2 games after that.
He'll be forever remembered for trying to run onto a through ball while his leg was completely screwed up, and Højbjerg plays him in and is like, okay, this guy should not have been on the pitch. But that'll be his lasting memory probably at Tottenham.
Yeah, Højbjerg should never have played him through the ball. That's the reality.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Everyone could see for about 5 minutes he was struggling. Like, get him off. He was refusing to go off. And then Højbjerg plays him a through ball. Like, when there was someone as well to the left. It's like, what are you doing?
I know.
You clearly see he's done. But anyway.
And you've got Ange on the sideline saying, Alejo, go down! Alejo, go down! And he just didn't want to go down. But anyway, another bit of transfer story from the January window. Tutto Sport are claiming that Tottenham did express an interest in Napoli starlet Antonio Vergara during the January window. Spurs sent an offer of €20 million for the 22-year-old, which was turned down by Napoli, who were keen to keep hold of the player, which is interesting because he actually started. He hasn't played too much football this season. He's a young player kind of coming through at Napoli. But he started in the game against Chelsea and scored. And he played in a 3-4-3 as the right-sided number 10, kind of just behind the striker. And that's obviously the position where we need players and we need personnel at this moment in time. But yeah, he's a player that's starting to get more of a foothold into the Napoli side now.
I'm just looking at his stats this season. I mean, he's been on the bench for the vast majority of the season. So it's not exactly a player that's set the world alight, it's fair to say, the most of the season. But as you say, yeah, he's been coming into the team definitely recently. I mean, sending a 20 million bid for someone who's started 3 games this season in Serie A, not even due to injury, just due to being on the bench.
Trust your scouting and go for it.
Look, fair enough. If you try, I agree with you. If you trust it enough, but then be serious about it and try and get over the line. But I don't know. I don't know if it's true. 6 games overall this season with 1 goal, 1 assist. I don't know. Doesn't sound to me like someone
scored against Chelsea. That's good enough for me.
All right, that's enough. As long as he can score against Chelsea, then he's worth bringing in, I guess.
Nah, but look, to be honest, I have no idea about him. I just know the kind of positions that he's taken up. An attacking midfielder. Yeah, I don't know too much about him. Let's see if we go back in for him in the summer. Let's see how he progresses this season. But that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the news stories that we have brought you today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.